Hey guys, what's up? Dan here with a new video. This will be the loot from the 50 Uber Eaters which I ran yesterday. We have a lot of stuff in here, bows and boots at 1 kiosk a piece, and besides that we have 3 really interesting drops. This Forbidden Flesh for 8 Divines, a Sanctuary of Thought, and we have this Ashes of the Stars, 22 Divines, and we dropped a NIMIS with a 35% roll, absolutely insane, which I managed to sell for 44 Divines. Besides that we have some Eldritch currencies, we have some exceptional Eakers, we also have these two Forbidden Flesh Cobalt Jewels here. They are not worth that much, and we also dropped another one of these cards, Auspicious Ambitions. Now, is this a farming strategy or a gamble? I'm leaning towards a gamble, but let's take a quick look at the numbers. And these would be the numbers. 1 Divine is 250 kios from the currencies, and from the 2 Forbidden Jewels that weren't worth that much, we have around 4.5 Divines revenue. We also have some big drops, which in total are 74 Divines, guys, absolutely insane. We made so much currency in this one, and this would be our total profit at around 28 Divines. Most of these fights were completed in around 3 minutes, or around 2.5 hours for all of these 50 Uber Eater runs, but once I found my rhythm, I was actually completing them quite a lot faster, around 1.5 minutes per run or 75 minutes. For these 50 Uber Eaters right here, I actually made a profit of anywhere between 11 and 22 Divines per hour, which is absolutely insane. Now please keep in mind, I don't think that this is a farming strategy. This was really lucky what happened here, and don't expect to run 50 Eaters and get what I got here. I was expecting to lose around maybe 40% of my initial investment. I was hoping to drop an Ashes, show you a really nice drop, take my losses and move on to the next Uber. So is this a hard fight? Well, yes guys, it's quite a hard fight and the visibility is not that great. Re-entering the fight is really dangerous if you're playing the Arakalis Fang Occultist, because you need to be stationary for around 1 second when you're summoning the spiders. Now, when you have Molten Shell up, you're near immortal, and I was tanking a lot of attacks that I really wasn't expecting to, but outside of Molten Shell, a lot of Eater's attacks are one-shots. The fight doesn't last that long on this build, around 1.5–2 minutes, so you do need to play well, but since the build is pushing around 60 million DPS, this boss, even in its Uber version, is gonna go down pretty fast. The invitations were rolled to around 50% with easy mods, so that I could complete them. I would advise against damage mods on the invitations. One Fizas Extra mod seems to be okay for the most part, but there are gonna be occasional one-shots, so be careful if you're trying to learn this fight and roll your invitations properly with mods that don't affect your build. Since this build is running temporal chains, the fight is gonna be a bit easier because the boss is gonna chain his attacks slower. I rolled one fight with the mod cannot be slowed below base value, and it was really hard. And I also rolled a fight with extra attack and cast speed, and I failed it. In total I had to run 53 invitations, so 3 fails and 50 completed. Some of the fights were deathless as you've seen from the highlights, others on 2–3 portals, but since I was also learning the fight, there were some on 5–6 portals as well. For the most part, after the big drops or after around 20 fights, I was completing these either deathless or with just 2 portals. Regarding the loot, I would say that this is a gamble, guys, not a farming strategy, but I may be wrong, let me know in the comments below. When you're dropping, you drop big and you make stupid amounts, but for the most part, you're just gonna get some exceptional Eakers and some Eldritch currencies, which are not worth that much. A great fight for highlights, an amazing gamble, but not that good of a farming strategy. I had a lot of fun, I made a lot of currency, and I gamed so hard when running this. Maybe we'll repeat this test later in the league. If you wanna know how I'm able to tank most of Eater's attacks, check the pinned comment for the Aegis swap tech, which was explained during the Uber Cyrus run. If you wanna help your boy out, drop a like and a sub. Thank you for watching, good luck as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.